Cardano versus Ethereum on this beautiful Taco Tuesday. So Cardano surpassed Ethereum by transaction volume as ADA price source. Well, not exactly. We're going to take a look at price action for ADA as our trade executed perfectly from Sunday. But according to this article from You Today, we all know that Cardano and Ethereum are consistently competing. However, Cardano is taking a bit longer to do what Ethereum can already do. But it's good to note here that the transaction volume of Cardano passed Ethereum's at about $7.02 billion and $5.41 billion. And Cardano users only paid approximately $66,000 in transaction fees in the last 24 hours compared to Ethereum's $44.74 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. Cardano transaction fees in the last 24 hours were only at about $66,000, while Ethereum was at $44 million. Oh my. Also, too, make sure you watch towards the end of the video. We've got some really great announcements coming, but let's take a look at Cardano price. We talked about this. We talked about the power of utilizing EMAs. We hit our target beautifully. We're a 21% gain as price teetered and kissed $1.64, and now we're having a bit of a pullback here. If we go ahead and reset our chart and we look at our indicators, we are starting to see some bearish price action now. We have MACD that is still running, but again, MACD is a little bit of a lagging indicator. RSI is down and stochastic bear crossing is headed downward. We're probably going to retest this area at 137. If we break below 137, we'll probably range to about 120. We'll have to see what happens though, depending on what Bitcoin does. Now, as far as Ethereum goes, Ethereum did not have that beautiful price action. And we're actually looking a little bit bearish for Ethereum here as our MACD is going to bear cross and head down on the daily. RSI is also following, and stochastic RSI has bear crossed and headed downward. We've started to break 3145 support, and we'll probably get back down to sub $3,000 soon. If we continue to drop, look for about $2,700. A reversal would need to be a break above approximately $3,500 for Ethereum. But honestly, the amount of costs for transactions between Cardano and Ethereum are absolutely wild. Again, $66,000 compared to $44 million. Crazy. And of course, it wouldn't be a typical day in crypto unless an exchange gets hacked, exploited, rugged, who knows. But apparently Crypto.com has lost about $15 million, approximately 4,600 Ethereum, and half of them are currently being washed via Tornado Cash. This was picked up by PeckShield approximately 16 hours ago. The transaction ID is here, and it made sense because when I went to log in my Crypto.com app earlier today, they asked for a bunch of certification to actually get back in. Well, actually starting yesterday, which is kind of crazy. Either way, guys, simple reminder, not your keys, not your coins. But some positive news for Bitcoin, despite price being a little bit yucky. El Salvador's Bitcoin wallet onboards 4 million users with Netkai partnership, which is amazing. This means that people in El Salvador are actually going to be utilizing Bitcoin, and I'm 100% here for it. There's also rumors of 2 other countries that will be adopting Bitcoin as their legal tender. And again, I love it, and I'm 100% here for it, and I do support it. This next story is brought to you by Function, my good friend, and myself. And it's actually a positive story regarding DAOs because DAOs still do have a lot of things that they need to work out. So at Bonfide, it's basically a .sol marketplace, very similar to ENS. I have a Windy.eth, so people can go ahead and look up my wallet address, my NFTs, see what I bought and sold. But Bonfide is for Solana. And one of the issues that they had is you couldn't just go in and buy actual domains. You had to bid on them, and that causes an issue because I went to go ahead and try to purchase CryptoIndio.sol, and it just was an absolute mess. I forgot to set my alarm. I missed out. But apparently 4 hours prior to him tweeting this, they went ahead and tweeted this. The first DAO proposal was approved within 20 hours, thanks to everyone who participated in the vote. The Solana name service will soon have a direct registration system. So now you don't have to just bid on stuff. You have the opportunity to go ahead and purchase directly, which is absolutely amazing. So this is a positive aspect on how DAOs DAOs can work. And this was all voted by the community. This next story is very important because one of the tactics that I use when I'm investing in pre-sales is to see who else is backing them, or just projects in general. And Animoca Brands is apparently valued at approximately $5 billion after the latest fundraise. If a project is associated with Animoca Brands, it's generally something that I do want to get into because these guys are very, very heavily backed by a lot of big names. And on top of it, they invest in top tier stuff. Obviously, of course, you still have to do other things. You have to, do your own due diligence. I have a team that helps me do that stuff. But I think it's important to note that play to earn, metaverse, gaming stuff in crypto is going nowhere. It is here to stay. This next story ties in directly for pre-sales, and make sure you watch to the end because I got another cool project I want to talk to you about. But DAO Maker hosts a lot of really, really great pre-sales, and some of them do super well. But one of the issues with pre-sales is not everybody has access or can get involved in them because of the region that you're in, all different types of crazy things. So DAO Maker saw this. And they went ahead and are introducing their public show. So basically what a public show is they're not going to be limiting the sale, and they're going to be making SHOs available to every KYC user with only $2,500 worth of any tokens on EVM compatible chains. And this way, a lot more people have access to invest in different types of projects. Obviously, pre-sales are super risky. You have to do your own research. You have to make sure it's a good fit for you. You need to know when to take profit. A lot of people expect to get in a pre-sale and hold, and what happens is these things shoot up, they drop, they go into consolidation. If the project is legit and continues to build, they'll end up, appreciating in price again. So if you know how to do those, you're comfortable with investing in pre-sales, you understand the risk, I highly, highly recommend that you check out SHO from DAO Maker. I'm also going to have the link below in the bio because I think this is going to be very revolutionary. And this also aligns with Bitcoin's ethos of being financially free. Basically, you should be able to invest in anything you want to invest in, regardless of financial status. This next segment is brought to you by ArtTrade, and it's actually a really, really dope project. They are the first NFT marketplace mobile application for the Solana blockchain. We all know that Ethereum gas fees are very, very high, and I really think that Solana NFTs will directly compete with Ethereum NFTs. And essentially, the applications wants to democratize the consumption and purchase of NFTs through the simple and intuitive platform. If you go down here, down over here, let's look at some of the features. So they've got low fees, they are cross-chain, NFT Live, NFT Real. They've got a community token, a social network, Instagram and Twitter sync, which is amazing, makes life super easy. Payment in fiat and crypto. This is a big issue for a lot of people because a lot of times folks that don't own any crypto, they want to get in NFTs, but they think it's really hard and there's a big barrier to entry. But ArtTrade is making this super, super easy. A mainstream design, an integrated wallet, smartphone app, and ethical and eco-friendly, which I love. Another important aspect with ArtTrade is that they are eco-friendly. A lot of people that are newly getting into crypto and NFTs think that crypto and Bitcoin is bad for the environment. Even NFTs are bad for the environment. That is not always true here. Yes, it does leave a carbon footprint, but projects like ArtTrade are ensuring that they're going to be safe for the environment. They are even partnered with Climate Partner and Binance Charity. The team is 100% docs. They've got their face out there, and they are very serious about making ArtTrade one of the best NFT platforms in the space. And if you take a look at some of the other NFT platforms, they do not pass the vibe check. They just offer a few features here. And I think it's very, very important that artists are able to actually use a smartphone to publish some of their arts and make that capital. Because right now, utilizing some of these other platforms, it's not as easy as it may seem. ArtTrade is going to be hosting an ICO, so if this is something that you're interested in, you understand how the project works, you've done your due diligence, and you like Solana NFTs, I highly recommend you check it out, as the ICO for ArtTrade will launch in about 2 days. And if you need any additional information, I will make sure to have all those links down in the bio for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and set alerts. Bye-bye. Thank you.